Thank the Digital Summit for welcoming me here. I'm really excited to talk to you today. I'm going to have you for 30 minutes today. I'm going to go through 7 things really, really quickly, and then we're going to have about 10 minutes of Q&A at least. So if you have questions, go ahead and ask them. I'm going to share my screen here with you so you can actually see some slides as we go. And there we go. So we're going to talk about using content to grow a loyal audience in only 7 steps. Can you believe that? Not 8, not 6, 7 steps. And we're going to go through it here today. And what I want to do is start off right away. I want you to think about all of the content that you create for your organization, all your blogs, your articles, your podcasts, your social media, tweets, Clubhouse, whatever you're doing. And I want you to pretend that you had to take it and put it into this box. And you folded this box up, taped it up, and shipped it out, and it would never be seen again. My question to you is, would your customers care? Would they even care? Would they even notice that your content was gone? This is really important. It's a tough question, right? Because you're asking yourself, is your content actually making any impact in the lives and the jobs of your customer? It's an important question. I want to start off with that because this is what we need to strive for. We need to figure out if our content was not there for some reason, that they would actually miss it, that it would be a detriment to their lives in some way. So we want to start from there as we go. And this is what I'm going to end up today is talking to you about this media marketing revenue model, which is the base of my book, Content Inc., and everything else that I talk about. But it's the idea of the content is the product, and revenue comes from the content product. And what you need to do is build a loyal audience first. And this has worked fairly well for me. Just background information only. Launched Content Marketing Institute in April 2nd, 2007. Perfect time, right? Because we went into the Great Recession after that. And we've done fairly well since that point. Content marketing world, lots of other stuff, doesn't really matter. But the point is we succeeded through that recession by doing the 7 things that I'm going to talk about today. So we have experience going through this. It worked fairly well. I want to share it with you today. Here's the 7 things. We're going to talk about less content, more impact. We're going to talk about your content tilt, what that is and why it's important. A content marketing mission statement. Hopefully you have one. If you don't, you will after this is done. We're going to talk about consistency as maybe the most important thing you do. We're talking about something called stealing talent, acquiring content assets, which is a big trend right now. And then we're going to end up with what that graphic is I just showed you about looking at multiple revenue sources and thinking about marketing, not just from selling more stuff, but from monetizing in hopefully 10 different ways.
Thank you so much. All right, friends. So today we are here to talk about email, the future of email newsletters, and how to create a next generation newsletter for this chaotic world that we live in, even on Mars, if you are like Mike. So why are we talking about email today? In part, it's because we live in this insane, crazy world. Look at this wheel of busy. Look at this visual assault that is life in 2021. Actually, this chart was made by Domo in 2020. There are some things that are not even on here. Like Zoom has got to be way higher than that number there. It's got to be off the charts at this point. Not even to mention like Clubhouse is not on here at all. I just burned 3 hours this morning in Clubhouse. So all that to say, our world is not getting any slower, right? It's not, our brains are not getting any less fractured. In fact, we have more and more demands on our time when we are online, which we are all living on these days. So this is the data slide. For those of you who are data-driven marketers who like to see the numbers, this is for you, friends, but this is the photo that tells the story for me, right? Has anyone been to a party like this? Well, not recently, but at any time in the past few years. This actually is not a party. This is my house at dinner, and it was last Sunday. And I know it was a Sunday because Sunday is Sequins Sunday in my house. So all this to say, we are constantly distracted, right, by all of the things that are part of our world. We live in this sort of crazy world. Yet as marketers, as business owners, as people who have something that we are trying to sell, our idea is very often that we're trying to break through this clutter, right? We're trying to break through that wheel of busy, that visual assault of busy. We want to grab people's attention, right? We're always trying to break through. It's like, can I have your attention? Please, I have this amazing thing that I want to tell you about, and you will love it. We know it'll make your life better. Very often, this is where we start our marketing, right? We think, can I have your attention? But I think this is the wrong place to think about your marketing. It's the wrong place to start. It's not about, can I have your attention? Can I grab? Can I break through? Instead, it's, how can I earn your trust? How can I give you something that I know you will value, that will lift you up, that will make your life better? And that's true no matter what you do or what you sell, whether you sell B2B solutions or SaaS software or chewing gum. It doesn't matter, right? Instead, how can
knowing where you guys are coming from. So today's agenda is really simple. We're going to talk about intersectionality. We're going to talk about creativity. And then I'm going to walk you through 3 actionable tactics to merge the two. The intention here is really to move from ideas to actions to outcomes for your brand and for your business. Before we kind of get into it, I do want to ground our time together in a few statements that I believe to be true. These are agreements that I'm asking you to make today. Where I'm coming from is, number 1, the status quo works for a few, but not for many. Number 2, the human rights and the dignity of every human being is important and essential. And then number 3, with creativity, exponential improvement and radical change is possible. Right now, we don't have to break down the nuance and get into the detail of each one of these 3. And you don't have to agree with all 3 of these points to find some value from today's talk. I just did want to let you guys know where I'm coming from. I mean, I think just the reality of the world that we're living in 2021, from COVID to social and political unrest to snowstorms in Texas, it's like, what the heck, e-learning, Zoom fatigue, it's all a lot. And, it is really important, I think, that we ground the conversation that we're about to have, in that zone.